Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
Hello everybody, my name is Anthony here with LockerGnome.com, and welcome to episode 2 in Building Your Own iPhone Application. Last week on episode 1, we talked about the overview of Xcode as well as how to create a simple Hello World application. In today's tutorial, I will be teaching you how to add an icon and a loading screen to your application, as well as add some more customization features as we go more into the tutorial. So let's first go into Xcode. And once Xcode loads up, we are going to navigate to File, New Project, select a view-based application and choose, and we will call this Episode 2. So you save it to your location. In my case, it's my desktop. And before we even touch Xcode, we are going to need to do some things with our two images, which are our icon and our loading screen. So the first thing for our icon, we want it to be 57 by 57 pixels. And the reason for that is basically that's the ratio that the iPhone can withstand, whether it be an icon for this sort of application. So you're going to need to title it icon.png. It really doesn't matter. PNG is the best format to use, so that would be perfect for what we are doing. And then for the loading screen, it should be 320 by 480. Also have a representation of the application loading. That way people don't tap all the way. As you can see, I just have loading so people don't go insane. And you're going to need to title that default with a capital D.png. So you could change the size of your images by either using Preview, which is a semi-powerful application which is built into your Mac, or you could use a powerful application like Photoshop to actually get the aspects correct. As you can see on the icon, I have a little bit of blur, but that's okay for this type of tutorial. So let's go back into Xcode, and before we do anything, again, go into your project bin window. So that was saved to my desktop and just our project, and you're going to need to add the two images in there. You're going to need to arrange by size, and then from your project bin window, you are going to need to drag that into our resources folder in Xcode. Now the reason for doing that is so our whole application is basically like a huge bin. Everything's bundled together, that way the images stay set when we drag it into Xcode. So Xcode has a way of recognizing where everything is coming from, so to speak. So we have our icon and our loading screen here. So the first thing we are going to need to add is our loading screen. So we can head into our classes folder and go into our app.delegate.m. And notice I didn't say .h. We don't need to declare anything for loading screen, which is great. So in our app.delegate.m, after the void application did finish launching code, which is basically just symbolizing as soon as the application loads up or as soon as the icon is pressed, what is it going to do? It is going to do a method of sleep, and then open parentheses, and then we are going to set the interval of time for it to sleep to 5, close parentheses, and semicolon. Now what this basically is doing is the sleep method is adding the loading screen, which we titled default, and then for an interval of 5 seconds. So as soon as 5 seconds are up, the application window will load up. So now that we're done with our loading screen, we can go File, Save. And now our icon is really easy to add as well. All we head into our resources and our info.plist. And right here under icon file, it's basically just like typing something in Finder. You're just going to type in the name and the extension of your icon. So icon.png. Also, you can turn the gloss on or off of the icon. If you didn't already know, the iPhone and Apple both adds the gloss to any icon unless you have this property declared in your info.plist. So you're just going to add a new bundle, and you're going to go to icon already includes gloss and bevels, and you're just going to check that. Even if your icon doesn't have a gloss already, it's just good to have if you don't want a gloss on it. So if we go to build and run, save all, we will wait for our code to compile, and there's our loading screen. And it goes right back into the main application, which we didn't do any interface for. We will do that in a second. And here is our icon, just titled Episode 2. And again, if we select that, the loading screen pops up and goes right back to the window, the main window on our application. So if you wanted to add more customization features, just go into your interface builder files and go to Episode 2 viewcontroller.xib. And interface builder will launch up. And we could add something like a view, and we can add a label that says application has loaded. So something simple along those lines. And if we build and run, as you can see, application has loaded. So that's basically the customization that you can do in your interface. Of course, it depends on what application you're building and what you actually want to do to make your interface and your application worth buying or just downloading in the App Store. Also, we can go over here and change the bundle display name. Now, what the bundle display name is basically the name below your icon. Now, Xcode already sets the default to whatever your project was named. So in my case, it was episode 2. Yours may be different or should be different in this case. So under bundle display name, we can go over and write tutorial. And again, if we build and run and save all, just exit out of that, as you can see, tutorial. So that was basically a quick tutorial on how to use customization in your iPhone application, a little bit in interface builder, and adding an icon and a loading screen, which is very important when learning how to build applications. Check out the next tutorial, which will be episode 3, mostly on movies and sounds, because I've had a lot of requests to do soundboard and both movie player tutorials, either through email or on my own YouTube channel, PM, which is Xcode Tutorials. Anyway, guys, this has been Anthony, lead developer of Santa Sleigh, now in the App Store with LockerGnome.com, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.